Hey guys, today we're going to look at proportional relationships and word problems. Before we jump into the word problems, let's review the equation y equals kx. Y is a variable and x is a variable. K stands for the constant of proportionality. Remember, the constant of proportionality is kind of like the unit rate. It's the cost per pound, or however many miles per hour you are driving down the road. Let's go ahead and jump into the first one, and we're going to need to figure out how to find the constant of proportionality, how to write an equation, and then even predict for a future situation. So let's look at the first one. Jeremy is mowing yards to earn money, and he makes $15 per yard. What is the constant of proportionality? And then in this case, it's the earnings per yard. So let's start there. Well, we want to figure out how much he's making per yard, and it says right here he's making $15 per yard. So the constant of proportionality, K, is equal to 15. And it says to write an equation. So remember, our general format is y equals kx. Y is a variable, x is a variable, k is the constant. And you know what? I'm going to change up these numbers, and he's earning money. So instead of y, I'm going to use m for total money. So his money is equal to $15 per yard. I'm going to use the letter Y for yard. So M stands for money and Y stands for yard. So here's our equation, $15 per yard. And then it says how much money will he have if he mows 17 yards. So I'm going to show you this by using a proportion. This is one way of solving. We have yards and we have money. So Y for yard, M for money. And we know that he is making $15 per yard, and per yard stands for 1 yard. So this is our unit rate. 1 yard is $15. And then we want to know how much money will he have if he mows 17 yards. So I'm going to put 17 across from yards. Let's crisscross multiply, and then we'll divide. So 15 times 17. 7 times 5 is 35. 7, 8, 9, 10. Add a 0 placeholder because now we're on the second number. 1 times 5 and 1 times 1. And let's add these numbers up. 5, 5, and 2. Now, if we divide by 1, we're just going to get the same number. So 255 divided by 1 is $255. So again, if he mows 17 yards at a rate of $15 per yard, he should earn $255. Alright, let's try the next one. Jace wants to purchase 8 pounds of peanuts for $18.88. What is the constant of proportionality? Basically, what's the cost per pound? Again, we have to write an equation, and then we are going to predict. So Jace wants to purchase 8 pounds of peanuts for $18.88. The constant of proportionality, or the cost per pound, remember that's we're needing to break it down into 1 pound. Well, we know that 8 pounds is $18.88. So the cost per pound, let's set a proportion up. So our rate in the first sentence, I'm going to put that in the first fraction. We have pounds and we have money. So 8 pounds is $18.88, putting that together. And then we want to know per pound, which is 1 pound. So I'm going to put a 1 across from pounds. Crisscross multiply. 1888 times 1, that's just 1888. And we're going to take 1888 and divide it by 8. Eight goes into 18 twice. 8 times 2 is 16. When we subtract, there's 2 left over. Bring this decimal straight up. Bring down the 8. 8 goes into 28 3 times. 8 times 3 is 24. When we subtract, there's 4 left over. Bring down the last 8. 8 goes into 48 6 times. 8 times 6 is 48. So per pound, that should be $2.36. This is K, the constant of proportionality. Let's write an equation. So remember, our equations are y equals kx. This is just the general format where k is the constant rate of change. We are talking about money in pounds. So I'm going to use M again. So the total money is equal to $2.36 per pound. I'm going to use P for pound. So again, M stands for money, and in this case, P stands for pounds. You can use any letter that you want. I just chose M and P. Now, how much would 15 pounds cost? So we know that each pound is 236. That's repeating 236 15 times because they want to know for 15 pounds. So that's kind of like a repeated addition, 236 added over and over and over 15 times. Or we could do $2.36 times the 15 pounds, since we know that that's going to repeat 15 times. So let's do this. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15. 16, 17, 18. 5 times 2 is 10, 11. Okay, we're on to the next number. So let's add our placeholder 0. 1 times any number is that number. And let's add them up. 0, 8 plus 6 is 14. 5, and then 1 plus 2 is 3. Now I'm seeing a decimal in our work with 2 numbers after, so we'll count over 2 times. And our answer is $35.40. And again, this is equal to 15 pounds. Okay guys, we looked at 2 different word problems. We were able to identify the constant of proportionality. We were able to write an equation, and then we were able to predict for 17 yards or 15 pounds. Thank you guys for watching.